It's a real tragedy. It's really, really tragic when I'm on the New York Times or all of these other these public medical syndications that are constantly putting out headlines about, obesity, cancer, diverticulitis, and all other different types of ailments. And when I go in the comments and I see people who have had, their colons, severed out through surgery, and your colon is like the center of your health. And you read about the people who are headed for dialysis. I read about the people who are headed for dialysis or people who are already on dialysis. People who have had, their certain limbs, like their feet chopped off. Because the thing about social media is, the good thing about it is that instead of just paying attention to the headlines and all of the sensationalism, you really get a chance to really listen, excuse me, and read about what real people are actually saying about what's happening to them on the ground. Okay, so you can't really get that type of feedback on TV, right? But if you look at my captions, you can do the research for yourself, okay? Because I like to provide information, because it's not just all about like what I say. It really just comes down to read the information for yourself. Go to www.ewg.org/tap water and put in your city. If you are in the Americas, if you're in the States, put in your zip code, put in your city, and scroll down, all the way down, and see for yourself. Stop ignoring it and look at what's inside of your tap water. Just look at it. Look at how thoroughly, if you are drinking that tap water in your city, look for yourself at how thoroughly you and your family are being inoculated by carcinogens every day. I'm not even talking about, your household products, the toxic chemicals that you're constantly spraying in the environment every day, or your diet, or the chemtrails, or any of that stuff. I'm just talking about the very natural foundation of the upkeep of life biologically, which is water and air. Those are like the two top tiers. We haven't even gotten to food yet and shelter, but when your water has been contaminated deliberately, you got a problem, family. And then a lot of people, like to talk about, conspiracy and, all this other things, war and all these things. But family, you are literally being poisoned through your water system. Okay? And I can say that clearly because THMs or trihalomethanes or disinfectant byproduct agents or, chloroform and bromide. Okay, look those things up. Just take the time out to go to that website and pull up your city with your zip code and your go to your city and your zip code to that link, right? And just really take the time out to look at what you're drinking, okay? And just calculate the last 20 years. This is the last 20 years. And, think about the compound effect of the diet and just a systematic weakening of the immune system of masses of people on a daily basis who, for the most part, are thriving off of fast food. So when you look at that And now a lot of people will say, well, because I just came off of this Fiji, I call it fake alkaline water because it's due to a lack of knowledge. And it sounds cliche, but it's true. It's due to a lack of knowledge that the people are suffering, that the people are developing diseases, inflammation, debilitation, and are filling up the hospitals. And all you got to do is just look at the fact that the poisoning of our water system, and it is so diabolical that most people are going to overlook it. But the simplicity of this diabolical plan to inoculate the people, population, with carcinogens, and then you wonder why the cancer rate is going up. You wonder why so many people are walking around with weak immune systems. It's not an accident, family. It is not an accident. And as soon as you begin to tune out the distractions and come back to the center and look at the simplicity of what the truth is revealing to you and your families, this information is right in our faces. But the reason why so many people are overlooking it is because of all of the trending, the challenges, all of the nonsense that they are pumping out, because they know people are on lockdown. They know people have lost jobs. They know people are depressed. They know people are going through anxiety, broken relationships, the loss of loved ones, financial deficits, debt, and all of the other anxiety styled impulses and stimuli that they are pumping into the airwaves to keep people distracted. Sports, okay, children can't go to school, education and learning have been disrupted, but they still got time to have Super Bowls and boxing matches and all of this types of stuff, right? But in the meantime, look at what you're drinking. Look at the free radicals and the carcinogens that are deliberately being pumped into the water system every day. Okay? So then you got a lot of people that'll say, well, I drink bottled water. Okay. And I get it because, most people, you can't be held accountable for what you don't know, because why? Most of your information that you're getting and that you have grown accustomed to getting comes from the mass media, magazines, really nowadays social media and TV. Okay, because people very rarely buy newspapers anymore, because all of the news outlets are on social media. They either on IG, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. So it's a very virtual reality style society of dissemination. Okay, so the dissemination has taken on a whole nother. They done took it to a whole nother level of dissemination. But what I'm telling you is that I supplied you with the links to read about the bottled water companies. They are putting your water in petroleum bottles. Petroleum bottles. That's right. Gasoline, petroleum bottle. The same gasoline that you put in your car, that's the same material and element and toxic chemical that is being used to make your plastic bottles. So they put the tap water, they go get the tap water, right? They strip it. These slick bottled water companies, they strip it, right, of the chlorine. They filter it, take it through a reverse osmosis process. But then they take that same reverse osmosis tap water and they put it in a petroleum toxic leaching chemical bottle that they house in warehouses at all different degrees of temperatures. Then they got to put it on trains and trucks to get it to the distribution centers. And then once they get it to the distribution centers and the merchants or whoever make their purchases so that they can redistribute it throughout their stores or what have you, before that water even gets to the refrigerator, those chemicals have already leached out into your water. Okay? So the water is still contaminated. Okay? It's still toxic. Okay? Toxic, contaminated petroleum bottled water. Okay? And let's add the rest of the game to it, right? That they tricking you with, right? They calling it alkaline water. They promising you an 8 point this and a 9 point that, but it's chemicals. All you gotta do is look at the back or the labels on these bottled waters, and they'll tell you that they getting that water from the same municipal tap water locations and sources as your water that's coming through your pipes. And then all you gotta do is read the ingredient: potassium chloride. Potassium chloride, when it is increased, is the same chemical that they stick inside of people on death row for capital punishment killings through state ordinances and sanctions or decrees. So you got to look at the fact that they're putting the same, in a lot of instances, the same chemicals that they are murking people with on death row. They putting it inside your bottled water at a lower measurement to so-called alkalinize your water. And that's why they tell you you can't drink too much of it, because they know that it has side effects, because it's a chemical. So it's not real alkaline water. Then you got the crowd that say, oh, well, I go to the natural health store over here down the block, and I get my alkaline water from Whole Food, or I get my water from this place or that place. And then when I ask them, how do they alkalinize your water? They don't have an answer. See, we so trusting out here. And then we wonder why we getting rocked to sleep. And the reason why you getting rocked to sleep and developing all of these ailments and developing all of these sicknesses and all of these cancers, the reason why you can't lose weight, no matter what kind of diet you go on, even when you go to the gym, you working out and you sweating it out, but you really still not getting the weight off. Then they got the people out here starving themselves. I just read an article tonight talking about now they targeting type 2 diabetics with some kind of so-called weight loss drug, a weight loss pharmaceutical. You gotta be kidding me. It's because the people don't have the right information. And anytime they can dumb down and keep on making the people more and more ignorant about the real facts, then that means that they can rock the people, the masses, to sleep and keep profiting off of the ignorance. And I just gotta give it to you like that. But the people don't have to continue to be ignorant to the facts. The only thing that the people really gotta do is start giving a damn and start caring more about what's going on with you and your babies out here, because it's not just affecting the men and the women. It's having a direct effect on the children. Why? Because you cooking the food with it. When you at work, you go into when you go to work and when the children go to school, they got the vending machine. The first thing that you see is Dasani. Okay, Dasani, Aquafina, Deer Park. Then they got the people with the pretty labels, Loving Fiji. You know what I'm saying? Then they done rock the people to sleep with the core. You know what I'm saying? And the Voss. Because you know why? It's psychology. It's hypnosis. They already know. All they got to do is put a pretty skirt on it. You know what I'm saying? Put a pretty dress on it. Dress it up. Make it look colorful. Make it look attractive. And you going to buy the bottle. And you're not going to care about the ingredients or what's going on up underneath the skirt. You know why? Because it's psychology. It's hypnosis. They selling you a name. They selling you a brand. They inoculate in you with chemicals and toxic, harmful chemicals. And then the people wonder why the body is toxic. The body is full of inflammation. You're not having BMs every day. You're not getting rid of the right amount of waste every day. Then they already got you strung out on the fast food. And the list goes on, because we ain't even get to the vices yet. Yes, indeed, alcohol is a carcinogen. And due to a lack of discipline, due to a lack of knowledge, they could come up with whatever kind of virus or whatever it is that they want to pump in the air or whatever they want to do. Okay? And they already know that the majority of the people are going to be susceptible to contracting it. Why? Because they have already spent the last 10 to 20 years weakening your immune system. Weakening your immune system. And they have most of the people's help, because they know you smoking cigarettes. They know you gotta have the liquor, which is an immune support, which weakens the immune system. Okay, especially when consumed in large amounts and in volumes of quantities of amounts at a time, day to day. Okay, so they know you smoking the cigarettes. They know you drinking the liquor. They know you don't really drink enough water. You're not drinking half of your body weight in water. And to compound that, they know that they got you drinking chlorinated, carcinogenic, cancer-causing agents. And they know that the bottled water can't hydrate you, because they already know that it ain't nothing but chemically treated tap water. It's a scientific war that they are waging against your biological electromagnetic vehicles and temples. And if you don't catch up and you don't do the knowledge, as the game, they already done projected that between now and 2050, that's 30 years, give or take. And they done knocked that done got knocked down to 29 years. That there are going to be 300 million more people that are going to perish. And not just perish from preventable diseases. Obesity is supposed to skyrocket. You know why? Because the fast-paced society, less cooked, home-cooked, healthy meals, more fast food consumption, poisonous, contaminated, toxic, fake alkaline water, right? So, devices are going to go up, because people losing their jobs. They being threatened with homelessness because they getting evicted. They don't know how they going to make ends meet. So what is that going to cause? That's going to cause more drug addiction. That's going to cause more alcoholism. That's going to cause more broken relationships. And that's going to breed what? More chaos and confusion, stress, anxiety, depression, anger, rage. Right? So they are creating a toxic, chaotic environment, an acidic environment. And unless you raise your alkalinity, the alkalinity of your knowledge base, the alkalinity of your mind state, the alkalinity of your willpower, and the alkalinity of the types of choices that you make in terms of what type of products you choose to spend your money on every day. See, you got choices, but if you don't have the right information, you can't make the right choices. Or sometimes people have the right information and got a head full of knowledge, but just lack the discipline or the will, or just don't care no more. See what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people out here that can have very intelligent conversations and you can run the gambit on you in terms of listing this and that, fact finding, and being able to bullet point all of the things that they've learned over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But at the end of the day, that information is just potential information, energy that's just stored up and is not being made applicable on a real life, day-to-day physical platform inside of the home, at work, traveling here to there. You stopping off at gas stations and you buying power drinks and 5-hour energy drinks that's toxic, that don't do nothing but make you crash and burn. So look into this information. Look at the bottom of my caption. Watch that video. And get yourselves some real natural minerals that come right out the real ocean and put it in your water. So they be like, well, what kind of water do you drink? Well, what should I do? That's a great question, because questions lead to answers. All of the water is messed up. They be like, what kind of water do you drink? I be like, well, sometimes I get my water from in the 5-gallon drums from Whole Food. Or in a lot of cases, I get it right out of the refrigerator. And like I've been up on these slick water filtration systems that's trying to charge people $1,500 to $3,500, and in some cases $5,000, all the way down to the cheapest Brita, or those filtering little knobs that they got people sticking on their faucets. That's like half baking a cake, family. Filtered water is acidic. It has a very high ORP, which is called, look up oxidation reduction potential with the millivolts. Okay, it's not enough to lower the TDS. It's not enough to filter the water. It's not enough to reverse osmosis the water. It's not enough to distill the water. You have to add life back to the water, because when you strip the water and when you filter the water is also being stripped not just of the contaminants, but it's being stripped of the mineral content and the electrolytes. So what is produced? Non-ionized water. Non-ionized water is just a fancy name for a clustered water molecule. So on a microscopic level, on a cellular ionic microscopic level that goes beyond the physical eye's ability to see what's really taking place, you have a thing called cellular absorption. So if all we are, which we are made up of 50 to 100 trillion cells that we can't physically see, but biologically we know this to be true. You have little doors and gateways and little soldiers that guard your cells called aquaporins. Aquaporins. And these little aquaporins do not allow toxicity, waste, or chemical buildup or byproducts or any of that stuff that they're putting in the water inside of your cells. Furthermore, non-ionized water, the water molecules are so clustered, meaning that they're too large to get into the cellular walls to hydrate you. So that's why you feel so bloated when you drink it. Or they be like, oh, well, I drink a gallon of water, so I'm good. No, you not. It's not just about how much water you drink. It's about whether or not, if the water molecules are ionized or have been declustered, and do the water molecules have the right amount of natural mineral content infused with them, so that way they will be broken down, declustered, so when you drink the water molecule on an ionic level becomes small enough and healthy enough and negatively charged on an ORP or oxidation reduction potential millivolt level, wherein it can actually get inside of your cells, hydrate your cells, Provide your cells with the mineral content that's natural on an alkaline pH level, so that way that your individual cells inside of all of your systems, your endocrine system, your circulatory system, your respiratory system, your digestive system, your skeletal system, your reproductive system, your muscular system, okay? All of these systems need water. Your brain, which is connected to your central neurological system or your nervous system. So if your cellular systems are not getting the proper hydration, when we know that we made up of 70 to 80% water, okay? If the systems are not getting the proper cellular hydration, what do you think happens to you? Your body locks up, your cells lock up, they close the door, they like, nope, we not working today. So now you build up toxicity in your cells, and your cells stop working. They stop carrying out the necessary functions that they have in order to keep your body healthy. So then you develop inflammation in your cells. The blood viscosity gets thicker. So your blood can't flow through your arteries and your veins through your heart. So now your body can't get the proper oxygenation that it needs in order for your brain health to stay stable, for your synapses in your brain to be able to communicate information from one brain cell to the next. Your heart, your cholesterol levels start to get twisted. Your LDL, your bad cholesterol, starts to increase. Your cells start to mutate. Now you got free radicals in your body. Your immune system weakens further and further. So now the free radicals take over, and now you got cancer. Now you got diverticulitis. Now you got gout. Now you gaining weight and don't know why, because your body can't get rid of waste. So when your body becomes over acidic and toxic, no different than when you sprain your ankles or you break some, your body develops what is called a natural cast or nature's cast. So in order to protect your vital organs from the toxicity, your body develops fat cells to trap the toxins, to trap the acidity, to keep you from dying. Because if your body did not have the ability to trap these toxins and these poisons, due to the fact that it can't get rid of it because you're dehydrated and mineral deficient, it would literally kill you. So that's your body's self-defense mechanism. When you see somebody that's overweight, that's the body at war trying to keep those toxins and poisons away from the vital organs. That's why type 2 diabetes is soaring now. And the way that you can fight back is to get the body hydrated naturally, raise your alkalinity levels naturally, and get the right minerals in your body every day naturally. The information is there. I'm just pointing it out for those that want health improvements, for those that want to take the extra next steps towards solidifying and securing and empowering your immune systems, your baby's immune systems, your spouse's immune systems, your elderly in your family or your community. It could be your neighbor. But the first life that you have to start with is yourself. Be a living example for change. Strengthen your immune system. Drink half of your body weight in water every day. Get you some X2O 70 trace marine minerals from Zuma Worldwide right there in Hampton, Virginia. They will send your products right to your doorstep. So even in a pandemic, you don't have to expose yourself to subpar products in the public because they ain't going to get the job done no way. And you can have top of the line, top shelf, or natural alkaline trace minerals sent straight to your doorstep. Invest in your survival. We got over 30 products that we got access to. I'm a member. I'm on auto ship. Because I don't got time to play with myself out here. It's too many bodies hitting the ground and not getting up. You don't want to end up on no ventilator. You don't want to get trapped in nobody hospital because they ain't even letting your family come see you. And it ain't no telling what they doing to these people inside of these hospitals nowadays. Because they get more money to murk you than they get to save you. You need to let that settle in. It's about the bag. And they ain't got to chase it. Because people is lined up in those emergency rooms ready to get those IVs stuck in their arm. So now it's time to start practicing prevention. That's what time it is. You got all these people that don't got no felonies on them running out here to get their CCWs. Okay, go get your CCW, right? You spending money on doorbell cameras, right? Y'all got these apps for your little neighborhood watches and all of that, right? But y'all don't want to invest inside of strengthening and empowering your immune systems. See, y'all got car alarms and y'all got ADT, but y'all don't got no alarm systems and y'all not beefing up y'all security in terms of your immunological health for you and your babies. So don't have cook it, okay? Don't have step it and have do it. Worrying about who gonna take your car, snatch you out your car, break in your house and all of that. Or who gonna run up on you on the block and all of that. And then get rocked to sleep because you didn't lock your immune system doors. Cause see, now you getting rocked to sleep by something that you can't see. Something that you can't shoot. Something that you can't stab. You can't shoot no virus the fifth now, can you? So you need to tighten up on your biological, immunological game and get those doors locked. We got the nasal spray, the 5-hour antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, Silver Max. If you ain't up on your silver game, you need to look into the Silver Max. Got the hand gel, and now we got the Insta Protect with 14 days that can be used as a what they call a hand sanitizer. So you don't gotta be out here putting methanol and ethanol on your skin. All of that cheap stuff, that bum stuff, that stuff that's toxic, that's gonna make you more acidic. You know what I'm saying? You need that Insta Protect in your life. You need that Silver Max in your life. The Insta Protect is the new kid on the block. 14 days of antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, you name it. All you gotta do is inquire about it, and I will provide you with the information that y'all need out here in order to spray y'all. You can spray your mask with it. Now they trying to strap y'all up with 2-3 masks. How y'all gonna breathe in and breathe out all that carbon monoxide all day and thinking that y'all brain gonna get the proper oxygen that it need? You got people in gyms, family, on treadmills, you know what I'm saying? Rocking masks. Like, where they do that at? But they done sold it to you and you done bought it. But you need to get that Insta Protect. We got 14 days of antiviral killing power. You can spray it on your hands because it's eco-friendly, non-toxic, and non-chemical and non-abrasive. You need a Zuma worldwide membership. Not just the Sam's Club membership, not just BJ's, not just all of, you know what I'm saying? You need a Zuma worldwide membership, especially in this pandemic, not just a Sam's Club, okay? So that's all I could tell y'all out here. Check the links out, get gamed up, Learn about what you need to learn about. Stop running from the information. Stop thinking that, oh, he just trying to sell me something, because y'all get sold on poison every day. Okay? I'm not even trying. I'm educating you. But if you're not receptive to it, family, it doesn't matter where you at. These minerals can get shipped to Australia. Y'all over there getting rocked to sleep in the UK. Whether you in South America, Hawaii, Canada, and all of the states. X2O, the minerals can get to you. Because they ship these products to over 50 to 60 countries. So it's really no excuse. So that's all I got for y'all tonight. Stay powered up. Get the information. Invest in yourself and your survival. Don't leave the most vital ingredients out of your program. And you will be in a much more fortified position than those that don't take action. Y'all chasing the stock market? Cool. Get your bag up. Y'all trading currencies? Cool. Get your bag up. Y'all trading gold and silver? Cool. Get your bag up. Y'all after that PPP and that EIDL money? Cool. Get your bag up. I just hope y'all know what y'all doing so that y'all could get those loans forgiven and have it turned into a grant. But nevertheless, get your bag up. Y'all starting y'all online businesses? Cool. Much success. Get your bag up. Whatever you doing, feed your family. Get your bag up. But guess what? Don't forget about your health. Because your health is the foundation of your wealth. Because without that, I don't care how well Robin Hood is popping. I don't care how well your hustle is popping. Anytime your health fail, guess what? You ain't gonna be popping no more. Peace and blessings, health and wealth. It's your brother. Stay up, stay safe, and make it through the year and live as long as you can by educating yourself and attaching yourself to the right solutions. I'll see y'all on the next one.